Want to believe at the same time, you know? Like, I want to believe in the offlane Naga. I mean, you mentioned, like, it isn't going to, like, matter that much because you're not playing core. Or you are playing core, but you're playing versus Zeus. I'm just afraid their ability to get on top of Emo is very limited. But then again, it's Emo. He might just get on top of you first, and you won't have to get on top of him, you know, if you know what I'm saying. So maybe that's not necessarily an issue, but I think a core thing about Naga Siren in general is the illusion. So even though it's an offlane, it's still like not going to help you versus the Zeus. And this is really just meant for the Void. You mentioned the song versus Chrono, pretty good. Doesn't work versus BKB, and I think, you know, Void always uses Chrono and BKBs and hits people, so I don't know how effective that'll be. But it should be a lane counter. Like, Venge and Faces Void, they don't have any AoE to deal with illusions. So I'd maybe like to see a lane swap potentially, but I don't know if you want to ruin Mew's lane by doing that. It's definitely a good lane counter. I'll put it that way. I just don't know how well it's going to do in just the game. And I feel like this is very greedy. You have a Templar Assassin who farms a lot. Naga who farms a lot. Kunkka, this hero farms a lot too. Is there going to be enough space on the map for all three of these cores to farm? And none of them particularly make many plays. So will JT be able to play this hybrid Naga that can run around and get kills? I don't know.
Okay, hear me out, bro. Hear me out. All right. You go. Obviously, you have to go like the usual like Manta or whatever. But then afterwards, what we do afterwards, you go Blink Dagger Octarine Core, bro. And then you just initiate with the song. It's fine. Yeah, you start fights that way. You force engagement in awkward parts of the map. They're always having to be like, oh my gosh, is this guy just gonna jump and song us? Then you'll have the lion to follow you up. So as soon as song ends, you just birth one of these squishier targets on the back lines.
Then
you're always starting a fight 4v5. Yeah. No, you still have TA. You know, TA's gonna pop off. Yeah.
But the Naga with Blink Octarine is gonna do 0 damage. So you're just a Blink song.
Oh no, okay, fine. I got you. Blink Octarine Aghanim Scepter.
I mean, so here's the thing. JT went Disperser last game on Abaddon, but you're not going to suggest it the game he's playing Naga, but the game he plays Abaddon is fine.
yeah, that game is okay. Yeah, okay. No matter what, we are all going to be entertained in this one. And this might just be the final game of the qualifiers. G2.iG versus LGD Gaming. What are we expecting? Are we going to have another situation like in game 1 where we have a very slow and steady laning phase up until like level 6s occur for people?
It's going to be a lot different here. I think the mid lane has been the key focus for every game we watched today, right? The team that had the mid laner who just like took off won every single game so far today. So whatever happens around that 6-minute mark, I'm not entirely sure how this matchup's going to go. I know it's Kunkka favored, but I don't know if it's like going to be as extreme as like some of the other matchups that we did see. At least I don't think it should be.
That NTS is able to get done here on his Kunkka. Should definitely be able to win the laning phase, but like you said, it shouldn't be a massive stomp we've seen. I'm expecting bottom to also just be a farm fest. New on the Centaur. Very excited to see him perform on this hero. He's always been so good. Mid lane though, nothing to say. Is he about to get solo killed by Emo? Emo's chasing him under the tower. One more right click is all he needs and he gets it. The first blood, Emo. Oh my gosh. That's the Emo we know and love. Getting the run back. Almost feels like he's about to drop a question mark, but him solo killing the nothing to say Kunkka with the Zeus, stealing both the water runes. By the time the Kunkka comes back, he's facing a full HP, full mana Zeus. Damn, man. This is some hot stuff coming in from the Zeus, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen. This is supposed to be Kunkka favored. But that's just Emo. That's the Emo we know and love, right? You don't know what to expect from this guy. But that was huge. As far as the side lanes go, like I'm not entirely sure how this Naga should be fine, but he's crushing. I feel like a level 1 Naga should not have had this much CS, because this is when you are by far the weakest. And why you smile? I just died with Boca here as he doesn't have a stick. That's just a solo kill. The line solo killing the Venge.
Okay, many things that I had not anticipated happening in the early laning phase taking place so far. Boca with the kill, Naga with an obscene amount of CS. The solo kill middle for the first blood on Zeus. It's only really bottom that so far is not presenting any surprises, but one of the surprises
that's a
is
surprise.
just how little Monet's been able to get, dude. He has like no CS on this TA.
I'm a little surprised at his skill build, to be honest with you. Like, he went Refraction level 1, and I don't know what the purpose of this was, but it's definitely not working out. Because normally you see the TA picked for Centaur, just like, you're just going to spam him with Meld, and look at that, you're going to use Refraction, but what is that going to do? It gets burned.
Gosh! Monet's actually dead. PYW with the bushwhack, and now all of a sudden X-Nova, realizing that he's put himself in harm's way, knew will get blocked by the creeps a little bit. Looks like X-Nova paid his bribes on time to get the dire creeps to run interference for him, but it doesn't seem like the bribe amount was enough because New still catches up. Double edge, couple more hits is all he needs, but with Monet respawning, doesn't want to take the chance of keeping the chase up. Nonetheless, though, they still win out by being able to get the kill on Monet in the first place. Man, this is such a bizarre game of Dota 2 Fear. I do not know what the hell is happening in these lanes.
Yeah, and I think Monet just made another mistake there. He should have held that wave in front of the tower there, but he pulls it into the tower, which means... Guess what? Centaur's just going to hold the wave in front of his tower now, and now you're not going to be able to walk up at all. Oh, he might get the pull off. This is so big if you can get the pull off from Monet. He desperately needs this. So desperately. Alright, he got it.
Okay. Okay. Man, when was the last time at 5 minutes you saw a TA with only 13 CS in a side lane, man? This is some wild stuff that we're seeing in these lanes. When was the last time you saw a Naga having this much CS on the off-lane position?
I mean, I've definitely seen whatchamacallit, a TA get owned this hard before, but I haven't seen a Naga off-lane that frequently. And yeah,
he's dead again, for sure. Why you smile made the movement here, even with the blast off from X-Nova, it's not gonna help. Monet goes down. Does have a teleport scroll to come back into the lane, but they might end up losing more here. They require some assistance. A TP comes in from Baboka, but it's not gonna matter. X-Nova dies before he arrives, and before he can get the kill onto Why You Smile, he ends up losing his own life. Oh my goodness. 3 heroes will fall down bottom. New is now level 4 with a ton of net worth to his name. He's 3,200 net worth 6 minutes in on this off-lane Centaur. What a player.
This is what I'm talking about, right? Like, you give New an early pick, you set him up in a lane that no matter what you pick, you have a chance of winning it.
Oh no, mid. Dude, nothing to say is so unlucky. The one rune that keeps Emo from being able to get out there is this haste rune. Nothing to say, very lucky that he had the X out, but Why Smile still looking for him. Gets stunned up by Baboka.
Emo could TP back and ult.
Close to him to die.
Watch this, he's gonna bottle up an ult. He's dead.
Is he
Wait
doing
for
it?
it! Wait for it!
What a player.
Yeah, he had no mana there, so he TP'd back base to get mana to ulti and kill Nothing to Say. After diving him with a haste to get him low enough to make that play to begin with. Beautiful play. And then he had the presence of mind to just all chat it too. Wait for it to slide. Beast. It's beautiful.
Bro,
you love to
if
see
he
it.
literally gets any other rune except for the haste rune, Emo is alive right now. But specifically that it's haste, he's able to get this kill. That's amazing.
That's a very tilting. I mean, you gotta say, Nothing to Say has to be tilted after the first blood. Now that happening, you're sitting at 0-2 and 0. You're like,
and to make matters worse, you're about to lose your TA for the 3rd time in this game. Monet charged underneath the tier 1 tower with the Stampede. X-Nova about to get demolished as well. PYW and New, man, they are putting in the work here in this bottom lane, being able to find multiple kills. Unfortunately, their own push potential isn't that great, but it's fine. The thing that's also nice about this, yeah, this Naga Siren is getting decent amounts of farm top, but because it's Naga, it's not like the phases where it feels necessarily threatened by this Naga side, no matter how farm she is at this point in the game. So they can make these moves with the Vengeful Spirit, bring them bottom, get these kills, and not have to worry about any reprisal in the top lane.
Yeah. I mean, Naga's getting farmed, but that's kind of the issue, right? Like, if you're TA, you're having this bad of a game, well, what's your play? You just have to hit creeps, and then you look at your offlaner, and your offlaner's playing carry, so what are you playing now? We're playing double carry, I guess. Like, these type of lineups can't afford to have losing lanes. It becomes very difficult. And you're going to see the Centaur, he's going to be able to make plays all across the map. And I guess the only player you're looking at who can make plays for G2.iG here, it's got to be the Kunkka. And how much can this Kunkka do?
He will be... Oh, he made a play onto Why You Smile, but he will get Chronoed for his efforts. Onto 3 heroes. They haven't actually killed any of them just yet inside the bubble. New shows up though to bring down JT, picking up his gold. Shiro able to bring down Baboka, and here comes the Stampede as well. First one of the game, committed to try and chase down NTS. He's running the nighttime, providing him the necessary cover to get away from these heroes. So the only thing that goes south for LGD is the Wim wasting an ultimate from the Centaur, but almost everything else going perfectly as G2IG unable to deal with this early pressure from the side of LGD Gaming.
What is up with this region? It feels like they just take turns stomping each other. Game after game. It's like game 1's a stomp, and then game 2, LGD is like, nah, we're gonna stomp you back. Haven't seen a close game yet. It's kind of the patch though too. This patch is very snowbally.
It is super snowbally. You are going to have a smoke up from Baboka and Xnova. They're going to try and get something going in the top lane. They do not have a song on JT, so they're going to have to rely on initiation from Lion into the follow-up for the rest of the heroes. Ensnare will start things off for them. Baboka will be there, but they don't have Finger just yet. Do they have the damage to do this here? No, they do not. Hero just gets out scot-free.
They're just a little under-leveled here on the supports to be able to do it. Both these supports do a lot of damage, but they need the levels to do so. And it's going to get harder and harder to make these kills happen too, because Why You Smile is also going to be... Oh, well, hold on.
He's about to die again. Demo's got him. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, never mind. He was hoping that the Caesar Serenity heal would help them out, you know, that plus the Coco Rum, but
or you're waiting for that?
to actually get out the Ghost Shift. I was hoping, you know, a little bit hopeful.
I was really hopeful. If he would have got out of that one, I don't know, his keyboard would have got disconnected or something. Always possible though.
You know, this is one of those games, bro, where... Do you remember old school VP? The dominant VP, right?
Yeah.
So every now and then, the dominant VP would have starts to a game like this where it would be going very, very poorly. And more than once, they would GG out at like 15 minutes. They'd just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, this game is clearly unwinnable. GG, go next. I'm starting to feel like we might be in that territory because what's the comeback potential here with a drop like this?
Just split push. Like, you just have to play the map. Like, TA with her traps, Naga with her illusions. You're never fighting. So just rat really, really hard. And play on the side lanes too with your supports. Just don't play in the middle of the map. Let Nothing to Say play in the middle of the map, but let him play in the middle of the map by himself. He's gonna have a bad game regardless, but make sure you're farming as much as you can on all the side lanes here. And that's about it.
I see.
You team fight, you lose. You're playing versus Zeus, Faceless Void, Mega Farm Centaur, and even Hoodwink and Venge. Like, they got a lot of team fight spells here. You don't have any of those if you're on G2IG here. You have the ability to rat, though, really hard. You got Naga TA. What more do you need to rat? And plus, Lion's one of the best heroes at just sitting on the sides of the map, just waiting to stun you when you're out of position. Maybe you go for an Aghanims on the TA2 at some point and just really make this game cancer.
Aglock Tureen TA with Aglock Tureen Naga side.
Why does there have to be an Octarine?
Because this has to be, man.
Alright.
For going full cheese, we're gonna maximal cheese.
Ags, Octarine, Shiva's TA then. Why not?
Woke up right now from LGD. As they're gonna probably try get a kill with Mew to reveal this Blink Dagger. I'm not sure that anybody on G2.iG has scouted this out just yet. Fortunately for them, the only person that's really showing is X-Nova. So, yes, he'll die, but it's not that big a deal. And X-Nova gone for sure. Oof. Very easy kill. That'll turn into a tier 1 tower as well.
It's the name of the game. I want to see them have some side lane presence, more so than what they have. It's not easy, for sure, but they definitely need to get this Naga off their half of the map.
Yes. Very least him just delaying, wasting time, you know, it's gonna torrent through every now and then. And LGD, the thing that's really annoying, I would imagine, for IG is the fact that they're this far behind, whilst also being in a disadvantageous position
they
if
see
the game
JT.
is late. So they feel really good about this. As they find JT, he's gonna song TP out. Why you smile? Bro, we know that Venge Swap is broken, but without Aether Lens, even you can't swap from that distance.
I wonder if he does go for Aether Lens in this game. That'd be pretty interesting if he just tries to swap. I think if you have level 18... Wait, 1,100. What is Song's max range? 1,400. I mean, even with the Aether Lens, it won't work. Whatever.
You need Aether Lens.
And a telescope?
What? Telescope. Yeah. That might be the trick.
Yep. That'll do the trick. Alright, we found a win. Well, that's not a win condition, but something to play for. How much is Aether Lens nowadays? Is it 250?
Yeah,
Is that what's set? Alright.
Oh, no, it's more. It's like, isn't it 2-3? Because they made it more expensive, right? I think it's like 2-3 or something.
I can check
Not
the
100%
shop right
sure.
now. Let me say Aether Lens.
2275.
2275.
No, what is
So
has been
close
interesting about this game
so
is
far.
despite how bad the things have been getting for G2IG, the gold lead has actually plateaued around the 4K mark for quite some time now. So things are really, really bad, but they haven't been getting worse for G2IG.
Yeah. I mean, it's because TA and Naga farm really fast, right? And that's what I mean. Like, TA and Naga are going to push both the side lanes out, farm all these camps out, and you can do that more efficiently than LGD can do it, for sure. And they got to keep doing that and keep delaying the game. And at some point, maybe some Lion will be there. You'll catch some Zeus. TA will have a Deso. And then all of a sudden, Emo will feed. And now you have like a win condition. So you just got to hope for these moments.
Your strategy is predicated on Emo feeding. I see.
Well, he is a hero that dies really easily. So you got to play for it. And you just hope LGD makes 0 mistakes, gets Roshan, and walks down the lane and just ends the game. That's the only thing you gotta be a little worried about.
Sounds simple enough.
Yeah.
Emo is the most farmed person on the map at the moment. Built up his phylactery, going for the lightning hands build up here, so Manta style shouldn't be too far off from him. Already has access to the Yasha.
Yeah, he's pretty close, actually, considering he already bought the shard. He's incredibly farmed.
Naga? JT? JT has Song, but I don't think you're getting out of this one. How did he get here?
I mean, I think he realized... first of all, I don't know if that's the best spot he should have been, but he does understand the situation in the game. And he's got to make space by cutting waves. But I think that ward that is nicely placed there kind of scouted him out. I think what he wanted to do was cut those 2 waves and TP out, but he was scouted by a ward. And I like the idea, because like the moment he does that, you have to react to that. Because if he doesn't leave and you don't force him out, he's going to continuously do it. And it looks like Lion will die to a Chronosphere here.
Damn. What did Baboko do to Shiro? That's a lot of hate for a Lion right there.
I bet he's just sitting there like, I'm probably not going to chrono anything else. This TA's off the map. Nog is just throwing illusions. They're just ratting us. I'll take what I can get. And plus, these early chronos don't matter too much.
That's true.
Oh no!
This death might matter on NTS though, because New ends up jumping him with the Stampede. They get the kill onto nothing to say. They bring him down. They still kept farming with the Faceless Void. There was no real estate by G2.iG elsewhere on the map. So this is... Wait, are they going to try sneak a Roshan right now? They're taking the Twin Gate top. JT and Monet.
No chrono.
They're really thinking about it. Yeah, there's no chrono. There's no Stampede. There's no Zeus ultimate. They're going to do it. Okay. They're going to get away with it too, it looks like.
I'm not sure if they're going to get away with it, but they're going to try it. Alright, they will get away with it.
This is the most gutsy play in the world. They scan right in front of their faces as well. Dire scan comes out. They are aware now that it's happening, but it's too late. But the question is, can they escape from this situation, given what's been happening on the map? Doesn't seem like LGD have that much of an appetite to force this fight, though. And this is going to be a pretty major get-out-of-jail-free card. We'll stall out the game a little bit, just to have Monet chilling with his Aegis. This should at least guarantee that he gets himself a Blink Dagger in decent time.
Yeah, but it's like, for me, more than anything, this Aegis doesn't really do anything for G2.iG, right? Like, I still think they can't fight, but what it does do is it denies the Void from getting it, or the Zeus, right? Which buys you more time, which is, I think, good. That's definitely good. But I don't think they're going to make any crazy plays with this Aegis. I think Monet's like, alright, I got an Aegis, game still hasn't changed, boys. I'm just going to hit creeps. You're going to hit creeps, and we're just not going to fight them. We're going to play the rat game.
Rat about. And him and Naga are still playing pretty high up in the network department. They do see Monet, but Monet, they want to turn back onto the Zeus. The Blast Orb comes in from the techies, but they are just way too squishy right now. They're too far behind here. Emo's not going to die. Monet's second life will easily be taken away. And honestly, I think they need to start planning for game 3. This is not working out for them. This draft was a little bit too cute, and LGD are having none of it, beating them down in the process.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't think... Oh, man, like, this game is... First of all, I'll preface this. This game is incredibly hard to win. But there's some things that they could be doing better to win. Like, why did they try killing Emo there? Like, it's not the right time. You gotta wait until, like, 30 minutes, to be honest with you. You keep ratting. You make sure heroes are completely alone before you do anything. But I will say PYW, great bushwhack there, did save Emo's life, but I think you kind of have to expect the moment the TA shows on the Watcher there that people are going to TP to flush them out. And they end up losing the Aegis just like that. And not even they just lose the Aegis, they just lost the TA at the top of it, so... It gets even rougher, and they're going to go on New here. Do they have the damage?
They're going on New and PYW simultaneously. Right now,
they do.
PYW getting chased away. They do actually have the damage to kill New on the higher part of the map. And then a TP comes home so they can bring down PYW. Okay, G2.iG. Pretty massive set of events there. There's no tower for them to grab. There's no Roshan to take away. But there's open space on the map. And right now, all they need is space and time. And crucially, Fear, after that kill onto New, look how high up the Naga Siren's net worth is. This is actually insane coming out of JT. And he's not going for the build that I wanted Aghanim's Octarine, but he's going for a serious build, man. No Blink Dagger shenanigans. I don't think I've ever seen Eternal Shroud Orchid build on a Naga from the offlane before, though. So talk to me about this. What's the rationale behind going for this item build?
Well, just look at the magic damage, right? Like, you're playing for Zeus. He wants Eternal Shroud. It gives you a lot of HP for your illusions. Gives you an incredible amount of magic resist, too. I think for Zeus, this item is always really good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bro, if G2.iG win this game, wow. I wouldn't even know what to say, honestly.
I mean, they still got quite the mountain to climb, but they're on the right path. Like, play these side lanes. Don't really group up at all. And every once in a while, just do a gank squad. X-Nova and Baboka can just group up one moment, kill someone on the side lanes. You just have to kill heroes that are alone, right? The team fight's not going to happen, but the rat is real. Like, they have such good ratting heroes. They just got to keep doing it. And these smokes that are coming out from LGD, you gotta read them. They can't keep connecting. Like, Monet needs to get out of here. And just watch your lanes. Shove them out, dodge smoke ganks, annoy your opponent. Feed supports. Support should like, tank every single gank for the team. Like, I want to see these supports be 0 and 15. I want them to be 0-15 this game if they want to win. And I want him to break 7 smokes.
Well, he broke that one with his life, so hopefully that trend continues. And they managed to get the Zeus ultimate out of him.
He could die up here. This Naga's pretending to be AFK.
JT apparently not AFK, but this is still a dangerous position to be in. Stampede will come out, forced to pop the song here and just get the hell out. But BKB no, Chrono. Shiro pops BKB Chronosphere directly onto the Naga Siren's head. JT, now he's not pretending. Definitely going to be AFK in the fountain. Cannot do anything on the map. And big play, LGD. They managed to make sure that JT does get punished for his positioning yet again on the dire side of the map.
Yeah, that was really close. The Stampede bailing the Hoodwink out of that one just a little bit. Almost worked, but we're going to have a retaliation here. We are smoking up because Faceless Void, no BKB. He got a haste, though. Oh, my. It's just a Venge. Yet again, support doing God's work here. Making sure Shiro knows that there's smoke now. He's got no BKB. He has no chrono. He didn't want to get caught by that smoke, right? So, and Neo, he's just going to go in. Madman.
Wow. Madman stuff. Nice little blink back. Coming in from Monet, making sure he's not caught out there. So, looks like this will bring an end to this little skirmish that's happening by the Dire Ancients. But nonetheless, G2.iG definitely feel good if fights are happening on this side of the map. Far away from their own tier 2s. Far away from where JT is going to keep pushing out the waves on the other side of the map. And this goes back into what you were saying, right? Delay, 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 delay. That's the name of the game right now. IG somehow is still doing it. Like, yes, this Faceless Void is crazy farmed. So is this Emo Zeus, but doesn't feel like it's necessarily translating into direct win conditions for LGD just yet.
The next Rosh, that's going to be really, really important for both teams. Because it's gotten to the point of the game where if LGD gets an Aegis on the Faceless Void, they could maybe just go high ground. Because your high ground defense is pretty bad on IG. But if you do get an Aegis on the TA, you might be able to fight into Shiro here as the TA. Because you can just play a bit more aggressive, right? And knowing you do have that backup, that safety net. Bavoka going in, barely missing. Maybe he needs to start the Hex next time, but either way, it's pretty close. But yeah, this next Rosh is going to be the key point.
The blink reveal. Let's see, where's it spawning? It's spawning on Dire side within... Oh, it might spawn on Dire side. We shall see, given how long the Roshan timers we've had are. Could really be either way. It might just be on the precipice.
Yeah, I'm going to guess it's going to be a minute 25.
Minute 25. All right, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess a fast one actually. 45 seconds.
All right. Well, we'll see in 20 seconds what it might be. But the more important thing is it is going to be on the Dire side, and LGD is there with the DD Void.
Yeah, ready and waiting. The DD Void, if it's a really BKB on Centaur as well.
Let's see how lucky they are. And oh, I was really close. That was a minute 29. I was super close. One of these days I'll guess the exact number.
Wait, didn't you once guess the exact number when we were doing DPC earlier in the year or last year?
Did I? Not while casting, maybe as an analyst, but it's got to be on the record, you know. It's got to be on the books.
Yeah,
so
we were
it's
in
not
the
official
green room at the time. DIW. Him and Shiro coming in close to this Wisdom Rune spot. X-Nova might end up tanking this gank. He's been pinged out right now. They are ready to jump in. He wants to protect this Tormentor. Does not want to give it up for free, but looks like his life is going to be given up for free instead. Gets jumped on, demolished, and it's already over, but nothing to say. Looking for some revenge, but why you smile? Nice little swap back onto PYW to keep him alive. But there is going to be a finger of death from the Lion. which brings the Venge low enough that they are able to kill him off. Mew helps BKB, turning around right now. Doesn't have a Stampede anymore, but they do have a Chronosphere. Shiro popping BKB to avoid getting caught in by the Kunkka spells. There will be a Song of the Siren though, so he has to back off while his BKB is active. They're going to go for the easier target, looking for one of these supports. They get it very low on PYW. PYW will die to these Riptide illusions. Now Monet, him and nothing to say on the left side of the fight, isolating you. They really want to bring down the Centaur. He's not an easy customer though. He's very, very tough. But at the same time, he's still looking quite mortal here, Fear. I think they've got him. The silence comes in from JT. The stun comes out from PYW. And that is going to be from Popoka rather. And that's Monet. Finishing him off with this TA and earning a hefty chunk of gold. And guess what? LGD at some point had positioning around the Roshan, but now the big man waits wide open. The Naga Siren and the TA both survive the fight, so this Roshan will not survive that long. And they're going to pick up another Aegis for G2.iG.
Alright, this is going to be... I don't know what the hell just happened in the last fight. That was... There were so many missed spells I couldn't even keep track of it. So it looks like they're going to force into it. Oh, the water park, they got Emo!
There's a water park, they got Emo, he's been dragged back in, he's actually gonna die. A blast off, also standing up Shiro on the high ground. Roche very, very low though, they really want to finish this off. Leipnir, Root coming in from PYW and they swap back X-Nova. Why you Smile able to get that kill? He's able to retreat for now. Nice little Earth Spike, but Popoka, he must just giving up his life to ensure they can take the Aegis, but the Roshan Bash gets him low. And they end up taking away the life almost immediately. Monet blinks into the trees. He has Refraction, has Meld. Do they have Vision? Of course they do. There's a gem on Why You Smile. There's a death on the TA. And there's a triple kill for Shiro. The Faceless Void still standing supreme. What a wacky series of events these last 2 minutes have been. But LGD will emerge victorious. And Shiro got the cheese somehow throughout all that hubbub.
Roche literally bashed at the very last second there on Monet. And if that bash didn't occur, he would have got the Aegis, he would have blinked out, and he would have TP'd out. And then it would have been fine, I guess, right? Because he would have got at least the Aegis and Shees. But that one bash made it so that Faceless Void could get in there, broke the refraction, and he just died twice straight off of that. So yeah, a lot just happened in the last couple minutes, as you mentioned, and I think just LG missed so many spells there, then IG just forced the issue really hard into the Roche pit, and they couldn't make up their mind. They should have just fought them. They should have not done the Roche. It was literally a 3 versus 5 situation, right? And they decided to do half-half. They're going to half fight, half do the Roche, and that ended up biting them ass really hard.
I remember once I heard this, I forget who said it, but one of these captain players, it might have actually even been PPD, that like when you do something in Dota, even if it's a bad idea, you do it as a unit, you commit to this thing. We'll discuss the ramifications of that plan later. And that's a very good illustration of what can happen when you are in two minds about your commitment. Man, honestly, I feel like if they managed to take the fight and then still got the Roche, the entire game would have turned. Would have been in a much more even situation, but they still now have a lot of work ahead of them if they want to get back in a situation where it looks possible to make the comeback.
I think this is a stage of the game where if you're playing TA, you're starting to feel like your damage is not sufficient at this point. You've only got 10 charges on your Deso. You desperately need some items to help you maneuver, so you're going to go for that Hurricane Pike. But now that these items are coming online, the Scotty's going to be live pretty soon here for the Faceless Void. The Zeus as well has a Manta Witchblade online too, so a little bit more armor. There's a Gleipnir on the Hoodwink. I didn't even notice that one. This guy is incredibly farmed. And he's actually even going for a Wind Waker next. I really like this item build by PYW here. He's going to be able to save heroes that get locked down by either Lion or the Naga.
Definitely not far away from being able to pick this bad boy up. That one smoke action was on the foot for a little bit, but nobody gets caught out just yet.
He could have got Yuled there.
Are they going to force them to come back by pressuring the tier 3 on the high ground? No way, right? There's no way.
IG, yeah. IG are for sure going to make him come back. They have to.
Well, I'm glad they just poked. I thought they were going to sit around for a while, and Baboka, nice little hex onto the Centaur, but it's not going to save the life of the techies. Baboka able to blink into the trees. Can he TP out to safety? Yes, he can. The question is, can the cause have a similar fate? Nothing to say. He hasn't been able to get out here. He doesn't have his teleport scroll at the ready. He's going to sit around here and just die. He's going to try and do what he can.
Oh, they got the TA too.
But
Shiro got the chrono.
Be killed, and they did find the TA. Shiro catches the Templar Assassin. Both of them dead without buyback. It looks like we are definitely going to be heading into a scenario where they might not be able to get a lane of racks off of this, but they keep punching IG in such a way that they will never really be able to feel comfortable making those kind of pushes again.
Yeah, I mean, they should have definitely just thrown the illusions there and got back. Techies just kind of got caught there, and yeah, you didn't have a TP on nothing to say. He used that TP bottom lane to just do a little bit of D-pushing. So he was just kind of caught in the middle of nowhere. And I think you can keep going high ground until this Kunkka is respawns. I don't see any reason why not to.
Up again in 20 seconds. They've already committed their glyph earlier on, so we will not have it available right now. The one bright spot is that LGD's push is kind of lackluster or quite mediocre. And they might not actually be able to even finish off the full lane of racks. He does have BKB, but he might try to do some song shenanigans, and Shiro does not feel comfortable. Man, it's a little bit depressing that you're 17k gold up and you can't take a lane of racks at this stage, but still rather safe than sorry for LGD. They'll probably wait for the next Roshan before daring to go a little bit further in their push.
Yeah, it's not the Faceless Void way. This isn't a Luna or anything. You want to play around your chronos, you just want to play around the team fights, and you want to suffocate them out of the map. And once they're dead, you can hit buildings. As we saw, they use those death timers just to get a little bit of damage on. Now that they've respawned, what do? You just wait for Chrono again, and then you can take a fight. But it looks like they want to fight while Chrono's down, and they got 20 seconds to make something happen here.
Radiant are scanning.
They've pinged out Shiro. He does not have an Aegis, does have a cheese, and now it's New that occupying the space that he was holding. They really would like to catch Shiro first and foremost.
Chrono's
but
back
it looks
in 10
like they might
seconds.
Actually have a backstab. They find only Why You Smile. That is the most clutch smoke break of all time. It's going to create a lot of space for them, but they jump forward. They actually find the catch onto the other support of PYW. They do throw out the Stampede, and JT wasn't in range for the Insnare, so PYW will not even die. And Baboka, help! Somebody distract the aggro, please! Help me! Whew, that was close.
That was definitely a bit close. And Zeus, yeah, he has no ultimate, so he's not going for that type of build. He's got the Charisma online, and of course, the Moon Shard is coming in 500 gold. Can't play Zeus without a Moon Shard. It's 2024.
You know, how many times are you going to show somebody this build of... You know, if you showed somebody from 2 years ago, Manta style with BKB, Moonshot, and Grove Bow, there's no way they tell you this is Zeus, but welcome.
I wonder what the future has in store, you know? You feel like it can't get more wild, but you know it will.
Yeah, it's going to get insane. I cannot wait.
I wonder if CM is for sure going to be like the next carry or something.
Dire's middle tower
Just waiting.
Remember when they gave techies that talent, the 25 talent? The 250 one, that when they first did that? And we're all like, oh, this is a meme. They're going to eventually remove it. They're like, no, guys. This is how it is now. This is the way.
Yeah, he still has a 252 talent at 25. Hasn't
Yeah,
gone anywhere.
So I want the same treatment for CM. She's been slowly but surely buffed, right? They gave her armor in the ultimate. They gave her the movement through the ultimate. So you might as well say, hey, while you're using your ultimate, you gain equal damage to how much magic damage you've dealt in the last few seconds. There we go.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Wind Ranger's a carry nowadays. Lena became a carry. You know, Gyro's a support now. Dota's a wild game.
This game might get a bit more wild for G2.iG as they've been scouted out by the Zeus ultimate. Shiro looking for the Cronus Fair. He finds it onto both Naga and TA. Worst case scenario here. Yeah. Both of them are dead. Only Naga has the buyback. but it does. I don't think it's going to matter to their prospects in this fight without the TA's damage. Kunkka is around, but just forced to flee immediately. And it is a fairly long respawn timer on the Roshan. A solid 2 minutes remaining before the big man is up, but I don't think it's going to matter. At this point, LGD can do pretty much whatever the hell they want, only limited by their capacity to find vision and the cooldown of the Chronosphere.
And this is why Faces Void, I think, in this patch is so good too, because you typically have these offlaners that are really tanky, go in, press Shivas, and give you completely free vision of the fight, right? And I think it's really easy to play Faces Void if you have a hero that just goes in and gives you vision. And just so have it, you got a nice little item called Shivas in every single game that's really good at getting vision.
Speaking of vision, Emo able to find someone for Boca. JT trying to get out with the song, but there's more than enough BKBs around him. Still gonna try and run away here. What's gonna last longer?
No buyback on this Naga.
They're about the same. Yeah, it's worse than that, fam. It's a dieback. Heads up. So you're in the grave for 100 seconds as the Naga Siren. Now it's all or nothing to say, as well as this young Monet TA to see how much they can delay this game. Thankfully, as we mentioned earlier, their push sucks from the LGD side, but this is a very dangerous predicament that they find themselves in right now.
And Faces Void's at the point where he doesn't actually need Chrono anymore. He's got Satanic online. So he can just kind of walk up, and it's going to get even worse when he gets that backtrack talent, which is, you know, he's one level away. Well, less than a level at this point.
Radiant's top
Becoming unkillable, I would say Shiro is, especially with Avenge behind him. Oh, and he went to Aetherlands too on the Vengeful Spirit, and he got the Psychic Headband.
Did
He actually has a swap range to cancel Naga.
So
It happened. It happened.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Bro, we've seen everything today. Today has been a very intriguing day of Dota 2 action. As Shiro beating down on the lane of Rax middle, should be able to get into the melee Rax. They're trying to delay as much as they can. He actually just jumps forward, Chronos onto 2, but he got swept back by the tidal wave. It's still going to be enough to kill off the Lion, however. There's no buyback. Monet also swapped into the rest of LGD and gets eviscerated. He is dead, so is NTS. And although NTS has buyback, the writing is on the wall and the game is done and dusted. GG well played is called by Invictus Gaming G2. And it's LGD Gaming taking us to a deciding Game 3 and making today a very